Hi, we're back for more Shakesyear, and today we get to pick up right where we left off yesterday. Yesterday, Hamlet met the players who have come to the castle to put on a play of some sort, and he asked them to start things off like, sort of, before you can enter the castle, show us if you're any good, and requested a specific speech, and which Hamlet kicked off. And today we get to hear the first player finish off the speech, and there's a couple little interjections from Hamlet and from Polonius, so for the sake of clarity, this will be Hamlet, and this will be Polonius. Actually, I should make sure I'm wearing that the right way, because that matters. This will be Polonius, and the first player will be just me with no hat. I'm doing all of it in one, even though they're two kind of giant monologues with these little interspersed bits, just because otherwise we would spend forever with the players here in Hamlet. And the speech, the content of this speech isn't necessarily super important to the play, but the fact that the speech happens is important to the play because it gives Hamlet an idea. So yesterday, Hamlet started us in on the tale of Pyrrhus and Priam, and Pyrrhus is about to kill Priam, I believe is where the speech ends. And the first player says, "Anon he finds him, striking too short at Greeks. His antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Unequal match. Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then senseless Ilium, seeming to feel his blow, with flaming top stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash takes prisoner Pyrrhus' ear. For lo, his sword, which was declining on the milk head of Reverend Priam, seemed in the air to stick. So as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, and like a new trail to his will and matter did nothing. But as we often see against some storm, a silence in the heavens, and rack stands still, the bold winds speechless, and the orb below as hush as death. Anon, the dreadful thunder doth rend the region. So, after Pyrrhus' pause, aroused vengeance sets him anew a work, and never did the Cyclops' hammer fall on Mars, his armors, forged for proof etern, with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out, out, thou strumpet fortune, all you gods in general synod, take away her power, break all the spokes and falls from her wheel, and bowl the round nave down the hill of heaven as low as to the fiends." This is too long. "It shall to the barber's with your beard. Prithee, say on. He's for a jig or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Say on, come to Hecuba." But who? Oh, who had seen the ennobled queen? The ennobled queen. That's good. Ennobled queen is good. Run barefoot, up and down, threatening the flame with brazen rheum, a clout about that head where late the diadem stood, and for a robe about her, lank and all o'er-teemed loins, a blanket in the alarum of fear caught up. Who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped against fortune's state, would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milk the burning eyes of heaven and passion in the gods. So it's a very sad tale of a woman watching her husband get murdered, and the player gets very moved by the whole thing, which will inform tomorrow's speech that we will hear from Hamlet, and it's going to have some words that I'm sure you will recognize. I love you too, Corinne. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.